mobile technology is a huge tool for mobilising people, because you get this, you can get scale, but it's through very sort of tight social networks of people passing messages to one another, and deployed at scale, it can then have a huge effect. So all around the world, we've seen examples of people using mobile phones to mobilise protests and revolutionary moments, whether it's the colour revolutions in Eastern Europe, where mobile was a part, or 2 elections in the Philippines, where thousands, millions of people were mobilised by mobile phone, or the Spanish elections, in which the ruling party was deposed largely by a campaign orchestrated by mobile phones. So in all these cases, what you see is people using mobile phones around a real cause that really gets them going to then make a real difference, often in quite a traditional political way they take to the streets. So it's not all new, but it kind of mobilises people in a new way. In the Philippines, it's people using SMS messaging just to sort of trade and exchange money. Or in Africa, all sorts of new schemes developing where people are using mobiles as a form of currency. So if you're in Kenya, there are very few landline telephones, there are very few computers connected to the internet, and there are very few banks. But there are lots and lots of mobile phones and mobile phone shops, and so you get the possibility of an entirely new infrastructure of banking being created bottom up. Well, if you take that story and then replayed it in other parts of the world and in other areas, what could you do with mobile to improve access to health advice, to veterinary advice? I mean, there are examples of India of kind of mobile-based advice to farmers where you get more than 1,000 farmers a day calling mobile helplines for veterinary advice that they couldn't have been able to use before. So it opens up all sorts of possibilities, it seems to me, which are a mixture of information, mobilisation and sharing, and that is really, really potent.